Welcome back to Need for Speed Heat News, my friends. Today, I have some awesome stuff to talk about. Are you ready? You better be ready. That's why you click the video, right? The question at hand today, my friends, is will Need for Speed Heat have a live service? And will it have a DLC? Now, I know there's two sides of this. I'm going to handle this very carefully and say that I like and dislike DLC. I dislike that I have to pay for something extra, but at the same time, that stuff is usually made after. But that's where we come to a live service. In my opinion, those that are willing to pay and those that aren't, there should be a balance of free and paid content. For those that aren't willing to pay, they should still get some stuff with a live service.
Do you plan to add expansions to sort of keep Need for Speed like fresh and interesting?
And we're going to launch car packs, so it'll be new cars you can pay for. And we'll have more to a live service, but we're just not speaking about that yet.
And there we are. Thanks to that clip, we know that DLC cars are coming to the game. Now, you can take this, as I said, whichever way you prefer. I personally think that I'm happy that DLC is coming. I'm happy that I get my hands on some extra cars that aren't already announced in the game thus far. There are a whole bunch of cars I would like to see added to the game. I've already made a video on my 100 car wish list, which we're not going to talk about that video because it took way too long to make. We're not doing that again. What we're going to say, though, is very quickly, I would like to see 3 major cars, and that be the R33 GTR, the SLS AMG, possibly a Black Series body kit on there as well, and also an RX-8. It's been a while. Bring that boy back. The problem with 2015 Payback, there was no real way to fund the continued development of a game that's already out. Need for Speed comes out every 2 years, and as I kind of now, I'm at the point where I really hope that they keep their game running for at least a year after the launch of it. Now, I have the suspicion that because of the next generation leap that's going to happen, next generation, the consoles come out in November-ish next year. I believe that because they're going to be doing that, most of the games coming out now will be continuously updated or have extra content until the next one. Forza has had a live service for this game for the first time because they know that the next game isn't going to be a Horizon game. A longer life cycle than normal, an extra year. This is a perfect opportunity for them to do it in Need for Speed, and this is something I hope that they decide to do. In 2015, there was no DLC whatsoever that was paid. Everything was free, and that was the reboot, and it was a welcome, everybody come in, everybody's welcome, and that was great. It worked fine, but the problem is we got 3 or 4 updates. Nothing major update-wise. Then we go over to Payback. We got 1 update, which was to fix the game. After that, we saw free roam added, which should have been there already, so we'll skip over that one. In reality, we had about 2 or 3 updates in Need for Speed Payback, and the problem was, yes, there were microtransactions, but they updated the microtransactions pretty early on to make them absolutely useless to the point where you did not need to buy them. It was way too easy to just play the game without paying for anything. So I think we're on agreement here. DLC will fund future life of this game, but also the idea that they could re-release the game for next generation consoles without making a new game and getting more money, like Rockstar have released GTA on the last 2 generations. It'll be similar to that, but it'll have all the DLC and the pre-order bonuses and everything in one package. In my opinion, that is a perfect reason to keep adding content to the game. They got to keep the game alive, right? But let's speak about live service. What do we want to see from this live service? Normally, what Ghost would do with live service is add in fixes. Obviously, that granted, that should be what's there available. That should be an update no matter what, no matter the live service. But they also added in the abandoned car feature. They added in speed lists in Need for Speed 2015. In fact, Need for Speed Heat doesn't have speed lists day one. But here's what I'm gonna say. I hope they don't add speed lists. I hope they go a little bit creative with this game. Now, speed lists are all well and good. They're fine. They do their job. They put you in a race and whatever. But you can play with random people in your all-drive session. Because in Payback, we had to add free roam, if you remember. But this time, we don't have to add free roam because all-drive is a standard, so we don't need to. Great. So, speed lists. How can they change it up a little bit? I think they should scrap the whole thing for now and work on something a little bit different. I keep coming back to Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 as a game that I don't personally like, but I can give one redeeming feature of that game. The speed lists. The speed lists on 2012, should I say, were so out of it. They are beyond better than anything else that has been created since for any racing game. the way that you went from event to event and got bonus points and you did challenges mixed in with actual races, that needs to make a comeback. Most Wanted 2012 was a pioneer of online multiplayer for racing games. I'd say Burnout Paradise was, but then that rolled on to make Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012. They need to realize they've already created such a fantastic multiplayer experience, and it was fun. I don't like competitive racing as such, but that made me enjoy it. In 2015, I remember they added more parts to cars. That's something I think we're going to need to see in this game. I want to see that happen. Again, none of this has been confirmed. Nothing of this is going to happen. But we're at a point now where I think they've probably formulated a plan, but I think we can influence. Live service is about being able to realize that they did something and it didn't work so well and adapt. That's what we got with every other live service game, racing game this generation. So, hear me out. How about we have some new things come to the game that maybe even come from old games. Maybe it just means a tweak of an option in a race setting. Circuit races with lap knockouts in Speedless. Why is that not a thing? That would be amazing. That's something I want to see on every game ever. And it's something they can do quite simply, in my opinion. So why not do it? Do I want anything like abandoned cars? Yes, I've spoken about many things like this in the past, but I like abandoned cars more than I did the hidden cars around the map they had to collect the pieces for. Abandoned cars, because they were new cars most of the time, it made me excited to get them. We could get that again with police cars and that kind of thing. Maybe we can steal the cars from like a location, and the police properly come after us, and we have to escape that pursuit and get to the garage. The game's formula, in the fact that we have to escape the police to get back to the garage, plays into this. You could very easily have some kind of special events around the map. Think of GTA. Now, granted, I think GTA is a little bit messy in this department. There's a lot of things going on all at once, and you just get so confused and lost. So how about you make it Need for Speed? You make it clean. You make it make sense. We're at night. There's a location on the map that appears. We go here, and there is a truck driving around. This truck, we can take it down, and they have special parts and cash in them. You can do this collectively with friends. Health systems are available in the thing now. You've already got traffic AI. Traffic AI on this, hit them, it becomes a runaway AI. Police chase you. The longer the pursuit goes on, the better the part. Something like it would be fantastic, and it brings everyone together, and it forms friendships and introduces people to maybe make crews and the like. You see where I'm going here? I want to play on what's already there and make it better. That's what a lot of these live service games do. I want to see big improvements, yes, but at the same time, I want you to use what you already have, improve upon what you already have, and in that way you can make more updates and support the game longer term. I think a balance of smaller and larger updates is the best way to go. I think we should every month receive something like an abandoned car, but I think every 2 or 3 months, I would say maybe 2 months, we should get Speedless Convoy. Yes, it sounds like the one from Forza that didn't work so well and they scrapped it, but it would be more like Most Wanted 2012, a game that they have already created, and you play together with people in your session. You can start an event and you keep driving to event, and the first person there gets some bonus points, and you can raise people there. It's just so much fun. Daily challenges, take that and go even further and make free burn challenges. We spoke about this before. We could add some every month. Very small things to do. Very easy, very fun, but have a significant reward for doing so. Things like this will make the game last so much longer you have no idea. Give us a reason to log in every day to work towards an objective. You've seen in Forza and in the Crew 2, they have their festival playlist and they have the summit, and that makes a lot of people come back. One or the other usually, but if you can come up with your own method of this, because you are a race festival as such with Need for Speed. So to summarize, let's pack it all into a final bubble here. I want to see live service. I want to see DLC. And the DLC is going to fund the live service. If there's no DLC to fund the live service, the alternative is microtransactions or 1 or 2 updates instead. I think I know which one I'd prefer. DLC is a formula that works, it's worked in the past, bring it back. You don't have to buy the cars, you can buy the cars, just make it fair priced, and we're great. For example, I think 3 or 4 cars for $5 is something that I would very much get behind, especially when they have customizations to the level of Need for Speed. The cars that you have for DLC must have customization. There is no excuses for the live service. The live service should be quick, snappy. Every month we should get some content, and then every other month we should get something larger and more exciting, a refresh of something. I like to see map expansions and the sorts. If I wanted to see those, I think I would want that to be live service. In that, I felt like in old games in Need for Speed, when a map was purchasable, a map expansion, you physically just couldn't get over into the area and you were boarded off. And I think that's very horrible and very stingy. And I think the best way is to give them the map, like Midnight Club did back in the day, and give people the chance to buy races and cars that come with that expansion and story. I think that's the best way. Let me know what you think. Need for Speed Heat, you already know you're in the right place. I'm excited. We are super close. We are a month away from the early release of Need for Speed Heat. I'll be speaking more about that a little bit later. But yeah, be sure to smash the like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.